switched up and I ain't going back.
Hi, my name is Mark, and I got saved at the Potter's House Northeast El Paso, and this is my 180. I used to be an atheist, and I didn't believe in God, and I grew up a very lonely person, but the truth is I pretended to be happy for the sake of others. I was a person who had a lot more remorse towards my parents for paying more attention to drinking and partying than to me when I joined band, breakdancing, or even football. My mom and my grandma, they did what they could for us with what they had, but I don't remember the last time my dad took us to the park. So I turned to video games to fill the emptiness I had inside for years, like as far as back as I can remember. And I played games for 16 hours a day. I was addicted. And I lived and breathed video games, and this affected the way I grew up. I didn't learn basic things like cleaning the room, chores, or even paying bills because I was glued to a TV for years. In fact, my priorities were so jacked up that I had my first job working fast food for years, and I still slept on the floor because I spent all my money on games and selfish things. I was just so far gone. I was broke, lonely, even a little depressed, and I had no direction. And when I stopped dancing, I lost 2 of my friends from my dance crew. And when I graduated, I lost every single friend that I had that was a gamer that was in band. And the crazy thing about all these extracurricular things is that as soon as I stopped doing them, it was like a big chunk of my life just disappeared. And I knew these friends for years, but slowly and surely they'd be gone. And it was a feeling of being cut off. But then one day, I heard about Jesus Christ, and that he could set me free from my addiction to video games, and that he can give me a new life and change the way I was living. And I made the decision to give my life to Jesus in 2012, and I never looked back. I had some ups and downs throughout my walk with God, but God never forgot about me. And one last thing I want to share with you is that God changed my life for the better. And I give him thanks because he saved me at such a point in my life that I was able to be there for my dad when he passed away back in 2018. And I had a precious opportunity to see my dad lift his hand for salvation at my wedding. And that was the only time he came to church. It was also such a rewarding feeling to be there for him when he was hospitalized from the heart attack he experienced. But what's crazy is I got to pray with him a sinner's prayer every day. And God gives me peace in my heart and mind because even though he was in a coma, he heard the prayers of all the friends and the family from the El Paso church. And I thank God that there is Christians that were there to make a stand and present an opportunity to him to make heaven his home. And it's not only that, it's only because of God that I forgave my dad for all the years he may not have been there for me. But God gave me a new heart to be there when he needed us the most, even in his final days. I never left my dad alone. And just off the record, God gives that heart to people who decide to give their lives to him. I want to tell you that I've never looked back, and God can do these things. God can restore families and restore hope in your family and give you life in heaven. That's my 180.
I switched up and I ain't going back.